Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. We got a turd here for sure. It's a 1998 turd. It's an old turd. It's a green and yellow turd with high rear wheels. So Scrapper showed up with three a few days ago. We got a Turo. Well, I'll discuss that one in another video. And I got a Black Max with a plastic deck, a newer style engine with the Briggs and Stratton. It was missing the recoil. I gave 5 for that, and I gave 5 for this because the other one was missing parts. I don't even think it has a carburetor on the Black Max. So this one's missing the filter and the cover here. You got some rust here on the deck. We're going to look at engine numbers and model numbers and discuss this primer bulb, if this is aftermarket or do they come with the primer bulb here. So when I got it, there was no fuel line on it. I stole a longer fuel line from another machine just to try it out on it. I took this off of a newer Briggs engine. I put fuel in it. Tank was empty. There was a little fuel in it. Hopefully it didn't leak out. I see it's wet down there. Anyway, so the safety brake cable works, and then we have an old cable style throttle which doesn't appear to move. So we'll have to look at that. No chute, but the spring and the rod are still in place. Maybe I can come up with one. We've got the triple care system, requires optional kits. We got bags, discharges, and mulches. So let's look at the engine number on the 98. I'll put on my spectacles so I can read that to you, but I set them down, so let me grab them. I should crazy glue them to my ears. Okay. They're in my front pocket. They don't go far. They don't have legs. Okay, I'm going to read you the engine number. It's the 12 Hilo 802-2328-Echo 1 9806 1659. Built 6 months, 16th day of 1998. So we've got this kind of a setup. It looks like we're missing the little loop-de-doop here that goes from this loop to probably right there, the spring, because you need a spring on this, so we're missing this. Let me go back to the model number and I'll give you that, and then talk about where these things came from. Let me get down here and try to read the model number. I might try tilting this thing. The lighting just isn't good. Right here, it's not bad. We got the 113-506 David 088, 1 David 273 Kilo 10433, and then underneath TMO-3707708. Something about Chicago, Illinois. I don't know who made this thing, but I can see Chicago there. The 113-506 David 088. 1 David 273 Kilo 10433. Blades there, and it doesn't look too bad as far as wear, but it's flat. We got some rust holes. And it looks like Delta made a lot of noise. Okay, I lost some fuel just then, and it's because I didn't bring up my hose clamp. Let me do that. That's where we're leaking the fuel from. Before we do that, since some gas just spilled there on the Yardman sticker, we're going to do a Lawrence Carroll analysis. See if this thing's going to shine for a 98. Steal a little gas off the bottom of the bowl. No, I think it's kind of faded. I'm trying to clean up the sticker. Okay. So let me move that hose clamp up a little bit. And I'll discuss where this came from in the Black Max. Scrapper says that the house where these two came from, he's picked up other lawnmower equipment in the past. There'll be mowers out there he's gotten in parts. So I got some parts here that came along with this deal that he gave me. So my question to you is, if you guys had this machine, would you put it out at the street? I don't know if the guy bought this, somebody gave it to him, or what. But you saw the rust. This is missing, no cover here. Would you guys just throw in the towel right away? Or would you try messing with this thing? My Georgia Bulldog towel. So, I mean, everybody has a different skill level. Maybe this guy wants newer stuff to fix, or doesn't have space to store stuff while he's fixing it. There could be a number of reasons why he got rid of this thing. So here's some of the stuff he got rid of. This Pulsar carburetor, the tank doesn't look too bad. There's some rust down there, but that would clean up. Otherwise, I don't see any other pinholes in it. There is a little fluid in there. What else? He got rid of this bracket, which mimics this one. If we wanted to get rid of that cable assembly, we could take this tab off and put it on this one, I think, and make it a manual. Get rid of that rusty cable. So I don't know if I've messed with anything this old. I'm looking at the carburetor, and there's a bunch of adjustments on it. This bracket came with the pile, and this muffler, which I don't see anything wrong with. So kind of some random stuff. So who knows what the story is. Scrapper told me what neighborhood this guy lives in, and I've been by that area before and never ran into another mower person. So have not bought any used parts off of them or anything like that. So lots of questions here for you kids and cadets. Have you seen this kind of priming system before? I mean, where does this priming bulb go? Does it go on the beauty ring up here somewhere, or did somebody put this in aftermarket or after? A lot of questions on this 98 Yardman. I thought about painting this yellow to match the sticker and the wheels. Once I do rehab it, paint this yellow, the block black. Maybe try to doctor up this rust hole here. Maybe the other repairman didn't think it'd bring any money, so he didn't want to mess with it because it had those 3 big rust holes in it. I try to fix everything unless there's a hole in the block. So I just wasted some precious non-ethanol fuel. Okay, I had checked oil in it. It had oil. Where'd I set that cap? Down right here in front of my big face. Okay. So, priming it. Wow. This works great. It pushes it right up to the roof of the carb. I'm surprised it has that much pressure. Holy cow. That's a great system if this is something OEM. Holy cow. That worked great. I'm really wetting this thing down now with some fuel. So it might be leaking out of the bowl gasket. Possibly. I see a little drippy drip. So if anything, it's going to need some rehabbing on the carb. Let me pull on it and see if it pukes or what. When I helped the scrapper unload this, it was on the bed of his truck, and boy, this thing was heavy. I thought, wow, you're used to these plastic machines. This thing had some weight on it. I'm like getting my workout with this turd. Okay, it kicked off. Kicked off and nothing. Okay, pouring more gas out. It did run for a little longer. And I think we're going to have issues trying to make it run with no spring here. It's not going to do anything. And I don't have one close by. But at least we're off to a good start. You heard it fire off and it wanted to stay running. But with no spring, I can't do anything unless I run down here and try to manipulate it by hand really quick. So what do you guys think? Would you have put this to the street if you took it in as in a group? I'm sure if you paid money for it, you'd want to try to recoup some of your money, unless it came in a group of 5 and he let this one go because it was the machine that needed the most work. No recoil cover, beauty ring, missing the air filter cover. You've got right away 3 big rust holes through the deck, which is pretty thick steel, much thicker than what they offer now. I'm gonna try to rush down here and manipulate the throttle, or I'm gonna have Mr. Chicken do it. Somebody's got to do it.